Hey there everybody, it's Mr. Nordhausen coming to you live from the home studio. Today we're going to be taking a look at Charles Wilcoxon's Swingin' the 26, and by that title he's talking and referring to the 26 standard American rudiments. Now Charles Wilcoxon was a prolific rudimental drum writer as well as a master teacher, primarily of the mid and early 1900s. I believe he died in the 1970s. He had a whole host of very famous students, well, students that would go on to become famous drummers and percussionists like Alan Abel and Joe Morello and Steve Smith and I think Philly Joe Jones and some others. So we're talking about a true master teacher, a Percussive Art Society Hall of Fame member, and wrote some amazing rudimental snare drum solos and workbooks that are used to this day and will be used for centuries to come undoubtedly. So let's zoom in here on the music so that you can really see what I'm doing, and I'm going to kind of talk you and walk you through. You're also going to see on the page, and I'll zoom in right now so you can see what I'm talking about. You can see that he has written in which rudiments are which, starting with some 7-stroke rolls, drag paradiddle number 2, double rudiments, flam taps, 9-stroke rolls, flamacus, all sorts of really great stuff. So if you don't already know your rudiments, now would be an excellent time to pause this video and go check out some other videos on the actual rudiments themselves, because if you're not already familiar with and being able to handle these rudiments at various tempi, speeds, tempos, you really should do that first before getting into this. So I'm going to slide my snare drum over to the right here where I am, and I'm going to walk you through a little bit here of Swingin' the 26. Now, 7-stroke rolls can be played two different ways. They can be played in a triplet fashion like this. So triplet 1, right? Or they can be played in an elongated 16th version like E&O 1. So now, these ones here are going to be the triplet version because they're starting right on an 8th note. If they were starting on, say, an E, like, you know, if there was another 2 little diddle marks there, then it'd be starting on the E, and that would be the elongated version. But these are going to be the triplet ones. So right away at the beginning, you're going to play, so 2 of those triplet 7s. Notice that I'm really bringing out accents. Accents are incredibly important in all music, but in particular rudimental drumming. They really help to give the piece shape and direction and pop, and so it's not just a bombardment of loud sounds from a snare drum, which can be a bit, you know, overbearing at times. So again, I'm going to get those 7-stroke rolls, then I'm going to go into drag paradiddle number 2. This is important. The drag paradiddle number 2 starts with a single hit. Please be aware of that. So many times students hear the word drag paradiddle or drag paradiddle 2 and they think it starts right off with the buzz stroke. It does not. It starts with the tap. Okay? Now he's added some additional accents into this as well, but that is rhythmically how it's done. What else? We got some double rudiments here. Right? What else? Flam taps. Uniquely done here with the back-to-back flam, so technically that wouldn't be a flam tap, but certainly that would be, and that would be, and that would be. 9-stroke roll, that's going to start right on the and of 1 and go to the and of 2. So, right, 1 and a 2 e and. Then we have our flamacue with that all-important 2nd 16th accent. Okay, super important. So minimize this flam in order to pop that accent, right? Lower everything else around it, and the accent sticks out even more. What else? Drag paradiddle number 1. 4-stroke rough, that's simply, you know, four single strokes, right? Single rudiments, double rudiments, okay, another triplet 7, going into some drags, which is also, he's noted it as a 3-stroke, but we know these as drags. Okay, again, the double drag, or drag pedal number 2 we've had, double paradiddles. Okay, double paradiddle, which you can say for double paradiddles, but not for triple, because that's the same amount of syllables. So if you ever encounter triple paradiddles, I like to say, this is triple paradiddle. That'll give you the right number of syllables. What else? We got another 7, 10-stroke roll. Notice that with the 10-stroke roll, it's 2 taps. Okay? And both taps are accented. Then we've got single drags again, 10-stroke roll, single drags, 10, single, nothing new there. Flamme 9, a 5-stroke roll. In this case, it's going to be 1E and. Alright, more of the same. Flam paradiddles. So regular paradiddles, but you're going to flam. You're going to give that little grace note on the beginning. Okay, regular old flams, which we've already had. A 17-stroke roll. Okay, a 17-stroke roll is typically counted 1E and a 2E and a 3. In this instance, it's coming off of an 8th note. So it's going to start on the and of 1, and it's going to go all the way to the and of 1 over here. So you're going to go and a 2E and a 1E and. That's how that would be. So 8th note is 1, 1, and a 2E and a 1E and. Okay, that's how you'd count that in your head. Then some regular paradiddles. 13-stroke rolls, 1E and a 2E and. Notice how it's starting on 1, ending on the and of 2. There's another one, 5s again, 9s again, a drag, also known as the 3-stroke, right? Flam accent number 2, often overlooked. Flam accent number 2 is, for lack of a better definition, it's flam taps, but they're swung. So it's, okay, so that's a cool little thing there. Another 4-stroke. Flam paradiddle diddle. Check out the sticking on the flam paradiddle diddle. Right, left, right, right. Okay, so there's your paradiddle. Then left, left. There's your diddle diddle. And then it alternates. Unlike a regular paradiddle diddle, which does not alternate, the flam paradiddle diddle does. Okay, so you need to make sure you get that sticking accurately done. The 25th rudiment, also known as the lesson 25, okay? Basically, you're just going to play 1E and a, 2E and a, and the E of both of those will be that bounce stroke. Okay, then they do the reverse version. Flam accent number 1, which is basically triplets with flams at the beginning. Drag pedal 1 we've had, double drag. Okay, so notice that the drag is on the same hand, does not alternate. Okay, double random cue we've had, single stroke roll. Single stroke roll, exactly what it says it is. It's moving your hands, your sticks, in a single fashion, so no bouncing. Generally at a quick speed. So you're going to be doing some single strokes, paradiddle, 7, the drags, single random cue, single drag, an 11-stroke roll. Same length, same counting as the 10, but whereas the 10, you bounce 1E and a, and you tap the 2E, or in this case, and 1E and, I'm sorry, and a 2E and a, and a 2E and a. This one, you're going to go 1E and a 2E and, but it's going to be bounced all the way to the last hit. So the 11 and the 10 are the same length, but the 10 taps the last 2 hits, and the 11 only taps the last. So make sure there's a difference there. 9-stroke roll, 5-stroke, another drag, random cues. Everything else is the same. And then at the end, you get to choose your ending. You can have the all-out single stroke ending, you know. Or you can have this more swung, stylistic, you know, your choice. You get to pick. So now let me play some of this, or maybe even all of it, but at a reduced tempo. In fact, let's see, speaking of tempo, let's see what we can pull up here on the metronome. Alright, metronome app. I highly recommend the Tonal Energy Tuner and Metronome. It's about $3.99, but it's awesome. That's really slow. Let's see. Yeah, we can do this. Alright, this is quarter note equals 80. Alright, see if my hands can do it. I'm not used to playing it this slowly, but this will be helpful in your learning process, I would suspect. So again, I'm going to start on the and of 2. This would be 1 and 2, triplet bop. Okay? 1 and 2. So that's Swingin' the 26 by Mr. Charles Wilcoxon, and at quarter note equals 80, kind of walked it through it, broke it down, focused on those rudiments. And again, my recommendation is to really make sure you know your rudiments before you start tackling this solo. If you're feeling great about it and you were able to just keep up with me at quarter note equals 80, well then check out my performance video on this solo where we crank up the tempo a little bit more. Alright, have a great day everybody.